All right, and welcome to tonight's game, Wellington Napoleon High School versus Columbia Independent School.
Yeah.
And we have the JV team playing right now. If you did, or if you were looking for the varsity game, that just did happen at 4, and they did win 3-0 against a Notre Dame school.
Yes, very good game.
It was. But let's get into this one now. For our tank lineup, we're having Bioshock and Q Hammy, Ashley and Bubbles as our DPS, and Marine and Ali Pie is for our supports. We're starting off Nepal as well, and we're getting right into the action here as Bubbles is sitting towards the backline trying to pump in some damage from his pistol. It does look like they're going to rotate inwards, but Ali Pie does get taken down from Roadhog, which is going to be pretty bad for Tigris Deos, but they can still recover from this.
For sure.
It does look like they are going to be able to get point first, but 2 eliminations coming out from Tigris Deos there. Ashley and Bioshock do go down, but this is still a pretty even team fight if they definitely can get that Lucio out of there.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Flash is missed, and point control is going up right now. Oh, did we? Okay, good. We did not do Lucio beat there. Lucio actually does get res, which is going to be really good for Tigris Deos.
Look at that. Captured the point.
Yeah. And Tigris Deos is actually going to have a couple ultimates coming online. Our tank, our DPS both have ult. Our tanks are getting there, and same with our supports. And now it's just time to hold this point against the attack.
Yeah, for sure.
We are actually seeing a change coming in from Columbia. Soldier is being picked, which is a little bit interesting. I think he switched off of Reaper, which could work in their favor.
It really could.
But yeah, I think Soldier might be flanking. Let's go on ahead and take a look over at Bioshock, our main tank on Reinhardt right now. He is about to get Shatter, so he could use that. Tire does come out from Ashley. It's able to get 2, so that was very worth.
Yeah, not bad.
And Tigris Deos is going to be able to keep on holding this point. Hook comes out from Columbia, not able to connect with anything. And Tigris Deos is going to be able to secure this point for a little bit longer. May playing some interesting mind games there.
Yeah,
Quentin Hamilton does get blocked off, but he is able to make it back to his team.
With 50% capture, not bad.
This is going really well for Tigris Deos so far.
Yes, it really is.
I'm expecting a couple ultimates to be exchanged here, though. Whole Hog comes out. Ooh, really good grab, but it does get blocked by a Maywall and a beat. Fitzy does flank around back, I'm guessing with a Whole Hog, but it gets knocked out of it maybe? Massive slam! And Ashley is able to capitalize off that pretty well, getting 2 eliminations. The Reinhardt is cut off. Ashley's able to get a couple more eliminations there as well. Man, I cannot believe I just missed all that. That's a shame.
80% capture.
It's going really well for Tigris Deos so far. They have used both tank ults, but they're about to have both DPS ults, and they already have both support ults. So this is going well for Tigris Deos.
Yeah, it really is.
We do see a switch off onto a Pharah, which is a little bit rough for Tigris Deos. As Marine gets booped off the map, Bubble gets knocked off the map as well. Now, you're going to be asking yourself at this point, do I want to add an ult to this fight, or do we just want to give this up?
Yeah.
Ults are getting put in from Columbia, so this could be good for Tigris Deos. Some of that charge got blocked. More ults coming out from Columbia, so I'd say for Tigris Deos, just save your ults now. But you see, Bioshock actually does get 1 elimination, but ends up getting knocked off the map. The soldier for Columbia ends up eliminating himself. But takes out Bubbles, and Ali Pie goes down. Marine gets booped off the map by Lucio, and it does look like Tigris Deos is going to have to come back into this to retake the map.
Yeah. Although they have 99%, while the other team still has about 30, so they do have a very good chance of regaining this.
Yeah, they have at least 3 or so team fights here, about 60 seconds worth of fighting.
Yeah.
So they have plenty of time. They just have to use their ultimates wisely. They are about to have a defensive ult for Columbia, so they have to play this smart.
Yeah, for sure.
Bubbles is needing to get that Pharah out of the sky, though. That's going to be really bad. Ooh, Visor ends up coming out from Columbia. Marine goes down while trying to pop his ultimate, which is going to be really bad for Tigris Deos, as multiple more elims are coming out.
Yeah.
This is looking like a pretty good fight for Columbia, but Ashley ends up getting an elimination at the end there on their Reinhardt, which I don't think they're going to be able to res either. Take a look over at Ali Pie, who is playing on Mercy. She's about halfway to her ultimate, and yeah, we'll see what's going to happen in this fight. I'm guessing we're going to use Shatter. We're going to have both DPS ults and both tank ults in almost a second here. So this could be pretty good for Tigris Deos. I think Marine gets booped off the map again. That's just getting really unlucky. Deadeye ends up coming out. It gets 2. This is still looking like a good team fight, but Quentin Hamilton appears to be the only one alive. Tyre ends up coming out from Tigris Deos. It ends up getting the Reinhardt, but I would have went inside there, try to go for that Hog and Mercy. Quentin needs to bubble himself, try to get some charge. He's sitting there at 0. They do get the Hog, so this is still very winnable.
Yes.
Barrage ends up coming out, but Beat is there to negate it. But 2 Elim still coming out for Tigris Deos on that. Shatter ends up coming out as Bubble tries to get the Pharah. He does succeed in that.
Really close to the edge there, but
Aliquay actually ends up falling off the map. But Bubbles is able to come back in here, getting a triple elimination. And they're able to hold.
That is awesome.
First round.
Yeah, objective secured. That is not a bad first round.
It was a very close one.
It was very close.
100 to 99. Tigris Deos able to take the first round.
Yeah.
So we'll be going to second round here, and if Tigris Deos gets this, they get first map.
They really do, yeah. So that's awesome. That was a really great pull-through for the end there, but it was very close. Columbia Independence really being very competitive here with us. So
yeah, very competitive. Yeah, I don't think Tigris Deos is going to switch anything up, and I don't see any... Oh, actually, we are going to see a Reaper and a Mei coming out from Columbia, which... All right, the Reaper and Mei just switched to his Platinum, so...
Right.
Alrighty. Alrighty, then.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. Tigris Deos is probably going to be able to get the first point first. Actually, no, I'd say it's going to be pretty... Nope, we do. So this is going to be good for Tigris Deos if they're able to come in here and just throw ourselves at them.
Yeah.
Fitzy actually ends up going down pretty quickly there to Bioshock. So this is going to be good. Quentin Hamilton ends up finding their Lucio. I think they're going to try to just pull out of this. Bubbles actually ends up getting their Reaper as well. So this is going to be good for Tigris Deos.
Very good start there. As they get the capture point.
And it looks like Columbia is not going to waste any time going into this next team fight. And Quentin Hamilton is about half charged. He's trying to get that ultimate as quickly as possible. This is going pretty well for Tigris Deos.
Yeah, it really is. Getting close to 15. We're at 15% capture now.
Slowly ticking up.
Yeah.
It does look like Columbia is going to be pushing left. Tigris Deos does read this, and they are rotating to try to... Marine's just kind of sitting here. Heals are getting amped. Aliquay actually does end up going down, but Bioshock is able to find an elimination there. Fitzy finds Bubbles in this team fight, but Bioshock ends up finding Fitzy himself. So this is still looking good for Tigris Deos. As Shatter ends up coming out from Bioshock, I don't know exactly where he used that, but they do need to come back to point. There's a Junkrat and a Murphy on it.
Which did eliminate.
They did get Marine, but this should still be a winnable team fight for Deos.
They are getting close to... Well,
actually does go down to the Junkrat.
Oh, yeah.
So this still is looking a little bit rough for Tigris Deos, but it's definitely still winnable. Listen, it's always winnable.
Yeah, for sure. They're at 60% now, so...
Yeah, they did.
They're able to pull through.
They did hold the point the entire time, which is really good.
Yeah, that was really good.
I'm saying we're about to use Grav in this team fight. They don't have a defensive ult, so it would be a good time to use it. Shatter ends up coming out. There is Grav. It is getting 2 of them.
Oh, man.
But they actually end up getting a 3K tire there, which is going to basically stop Tigris Deos in their tracks.
Yeah.
But Tigris Deos going into this going to have 4 ults. So hopefully we don't use them all at once.
Right, yeah. Definitely got to make sure we got the communication down there so they're all talking about when they're going to use those. But as long as they do that, they should be able to really pull through here. It's always nice to have
going
those.
Up to the point. Bioshock being very aggressive. We end up using Tire early. Marine does go down, so does Ashley, but this is an even team fight now, actually. Marine does get rezzed as well, but so does Irok, but Firestar gets eliminated out of her res. And yep, this is looking good for Tigris Deos with a quick retake.
Yeah. Wasted no time.
Net going after that Pharah, trying to keep her out. Bubbles is actually able to find the Pharah, too. Tigris Deos retakes a point at 85% and counting.
Bad.
With only 2 ults used in that fight as well.
Yeah, really.
They are going to have time for another push. So, ooh. Oh, that
nice.
boop out of Marine. He would have been, Bioshock would have been stunned out of that ultimate from that charge, but the boop from Marine there actually stopped the Reinhardt for just a second. Tyre ends up coming out from Columbia. This could be lethal. I think it's going to go and get Bubbles and Ashley. That is going to take the... Ooh, good charge actually coming out from Nick there. Gets knocked out of the point. He is actually about to have another Shatter. I'd go ahead and use it. It gets 3, but Shatter ends up coming out from Columbia. And this is looking bad for Tigris Deos now. Using both of their tank ults to try to save it, but it's in vain.
Yep.
All right, looks like we're taking a rest here.
So it seems like we got time for 1 more charge, maybe 2. With
yeah, I'd say about 3 or so.
Okay.
If we're quick enough, of course.
Yeah.
Depends on how quick. We could only have 1 team fight now.
Right, yeah.
This could last 40 seconds easily.
Yeah, right.
Marine actually does go down, so this is going to be a little bit rough for Tigris Deos. Noon comes out. It does actually get 1, not as much as what he was probably hoping for, as he ends up going down to the Pharah. The call to back out has been made, so Marine's probably going to try to book it on out of there. Going into this fight, though, we're going to have Mercy ult, and really that's about it. So it is going to look a little bit rough on Tigris Deos' end.
As Columbia gets to 90%.
Charge ends up coming out, and it does get Marine, but that's going to take Reinhardt out of the fight for a little bit as he tries to get back. Pharah Barrage comes out. It finds 1, but Quentin finds the Pharah. He ends up going down to the 3K Junkrat Tyre.
Yeah.
And, yeah, this is looking a little bit rougher for Tigris Deos on round 2.
And there you go. Columbia does take the point on that round. So we got 1 more of this map.
Yeah, this next round will be the tiebreaker. Whoever gets this next round, well, they're going to be taking this map.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ashley ends up switching off of the Junkrat and onto an Echo. And a switch to a Sigma from Quentin Hamilton.
Okay, yeah. There we go. Yeah, we just very responsive from Columbia. Man, I can't talk. Independent.
Yeah, Columbia Independence.
Yeah, as they take that last point.
This was what I was a little bit worried about, though. I was expecting a Symmetra from Tigris Deos there, but it doesn't look like we're going to do that. But Columbia is going to bring out the Symmetra. They're going to end up bunkering down on this point. Tigris Deos thinking they're going to meet them up top. Nah, they're already down below. Oh, but Bubbles actually ends up getting a very early Elim. If they're able to get in here, get those turrets out, but it doesn't look like it as 2 Elims come out for Tigris Deos. But the team fight is even. Bioshock ends up going down to Fitzy, and Quentin Hamilton is kind of left on this point alone as Ali Pie ends up going down as well. Charge comes out. That's going to finish off Quentin, and this is going to be a pretty decisive team fight for Columbia.
And here we go. Grouping together a little bit, trying to figure out what we're going to do, what we're going to focus. Pharah is up in the sky. I'm guessing we're probably going to end up focusing her first just to get that poke out of there. Yeah.
As Ashley is able to get her, it looks like, yes, she is.
Not bad.
That's really good.
Yeah.
She ends up actually getting the Mercy as well. Flinky behind them, able to find multiple eliminations. But those Symmetra turrets are going to cause some damage if they don't get them out of there. Pharah ends up going down. Wall ends up coming out. Shatter ends up coming out. This is looking a little bit rough, but it's still winnable for Tigris Deos. Marine ends up finding Fitzy, and I think this is actually going to be winnable. Ooh, Noon ends up coming out. It gets 2.
Wow.
The Fan the Hammer is not effective, but he ends up finding the pick at the end, and Tigris Deos is able to cap this point.
There we go.
Only 55% capture point for Columbia. Yeah, let's go and get that teleporter out of there. All right. Punch it. Yeah, that'll work.
That does it.
That does it. Ultimates are looking good for Tigris Deos. Oh, Quentin actually ends up switching off of the Sigma onto a Zarya. Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
We're also going to have an Earth Shatter from Bioshock. We're going to have Duplicate from Ashley. And both support ults are going to have their ultimates. Ooh, stunned out of charge there. That's going to be bad for Columbia. They end up duplicating Reinhardt as well. I don't know if she was able to find anything in that charge, but we actually do end up using Shatter as Ashley. I don't know if it was great. She actually ends up going down. Rez comes out. This was very aggressive. It doesn't seem like it was able to find anything. And yeah, this is looking like a one-team fight for Colombia.
Yeah. As Tigris Deos did get really close to 50% there, but they are now close to 60. Yeah.
No beans. Tigris Deos going into this, though, they only did use 2 ults there. Maybe even 1.
So they still got 3 left, yeah.
And they're probably going to end up having Zarya and McCree ult within this next fight.
Yeah.
So if they have to, they can just hit Q, but so can Colombia with almost 6 ultimates online.
Yeah.
They need to go ahead and use beat. Shatter ends up coming out. It's good, but Bioshock ends up going down. That wall is causing a lot of problems.
It really is. Oh.
Tigris Deos using 2 ults there, not being able to find anything at the end. Tigris
trying to get over there.
I'm guessing going to start switching to faster characters, trying to get to the point, but I don't think it's even going to be possible.
Nah, we'll see.
Ball is going to be able to touch there. That was really good.
That was good.
Grav ends up coming out. Visor ends up coming out. They use Lucio beat. Now they only have Mercy ultimate in their pocket, but Tigris Deos doesn't have any ultimates now. All right. Taking a lot of the camera there.
But there they go.
Columbia Independent School takes map 1 against Tigris Deos.
Yeah.
I do believe we will end up making a couple subs here, and then we are going to be going on to map 2. I do believe it's an assault map, and Tigris Deos does get map pick. So yeah, we'll be coming back whenever they make those switches and whenever we're ready to start map 2.
Yep.
All right, and welcome back. We are going to be going into the second map here, and we're going to be going to Hanamura, which is an assault-type map. I think Tigris Deos is actually defending first.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll see them come out of their spawn here in about 15 seconds. Some subs have been made, however. We did see Quentin Hamilton come out. Ender Dragon came in. Ankle. I remember 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
It was on Hanamura then too, yeah. Are we very loud? It looks like we're very loud.
No.
Are we not? Okay, just...
Yeah.
Ankle actually switching onto a Sombra. What? All right, let's see some Sombra gameplay. Alipie and Cheeses... Oh, Cheeses also came in for Marine. That was the other one.
Not bad, not bad.
But yeah, this is all looking pretty good. I'm guessing, however, that Columbia is going to end up going for a teleporter onto point.
Okay, yeah.
Just guessing by the fact that they have a Symmetra
Right, yeah.
They could do a million other things.
Yeah.
But seeing how their Symmetra worked so well that last round on Nepal,
Yeah.
makes sense to just keep on trying to run it.
I mean, yeah, it really does.
But Tigris Deos looking for just a general, overall, okay meta-ish comp. Their meta is no meta right now, so...
Taking a look
There
at-
is the Sim TP.
Yep, there we go.
Jesus is panicking a little bit. He
Yeah.
actually ends up surviving. Mercy ends up trying to come and finishing off. He does. Bubbles is a little bit low as well. Alipie ends up going down. And this is looking a little bit rough for Tigris Deos.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know if Ankle's going to make it out alive on this one. We shall see, though, in Thrill. And he's doing some damage. He gets uncloaked very quickly there. I don't think he has a translocator set up, but he is going to get an instant respawn because of how 2CP works. Okay. Oh, that's your wrong team. So I take a look over at Bioshock 18. I'm guessing they're going to end up probably TPing up top, maybe? They are still on the Symmetra. Reinhardt is there, so Tigris just could be a little bit aggressive, maybe trying to find him out of position. But I think we're going to end up just holding on this top part here. Are they end up going to push mid? They are actually all on mid. Tigris Deos should probably just go ahead and drop and be aggressive. Ice Wall comes out from May. Giant nade, actually. He could shatter here, and it's massive.
Wow.
He gets 2 eliminations from the charge.
Not bad.
And will he get the Mercy? Mercy's going to try to get away, but he ends up getting the 4K in that fight.
Not
Bioshock
bad.
coming out big on the defense of
go.
Hanamura point B. Tigris Deos is actually able to win that with only using 1 ultimate there. Ooh! Sombra ends up going down there, which is going to be a little bit rough, but she will be back hopefully within the next team fight. Big Fire Strike. We're already 40% to another Shatter as well, so we might end up actually having that within the next team fight. Charge ends up coming out. All right, that thing I said, disregard it. We do have Nano, though. I would have... Ooh. This is looking a little bit rough. Noon does come out, though. Wall comes down. He ends up getting 3.
Wow.
It is a massive Noon. He ends up going down, but this takes out half the team.
Yeah, it really did.
Charge ends up coming out. It finds the May. This is looking even better for Tigris Deos. They just need to get back in there and get the turrets out of there. And this is going to be a good team fight. Zarya ends up coming down, but most of the team stays alive, really. Reinhardt ends up getting hacked, and I think CBC's going to, not CBC, CIS is going to actually end up having to fall out of this team fight as Reinhardt goes down.
I'm feeling young again.
They do have EMP, Shatter, Grav, and Valkyrie, so this is looking good for Tigris Deos in this situation. I think they're going to pull around top ground again, or they're going to just hold down low. They have been just going low every single time. I don't know exactly what they're doing right now, but we shall see.
You're going to be okay.
They do end up rotating top.
Oh,
They wall off. That was an interesting thing to do.
Yeah.
Lucio beat ends up coming out, and they're actually able to get the 1 tick they need to secure point B without Tigris Deos touching in time.
That does give them the
That
other
does
2.
end the round.
Yep.
With 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining for CIS, that's a really good time.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot of time to figure out what you need to do. Tigris Deos now will be attacking, so let's go ahead and over to their spawn. We going fast. Meow.
And here we are.
The calls for a Bastion possibly is interesting. I don't see exactly where they would use a Bastion, but watch as soon as I say that they end up running Bastion.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But Tigris Deos is actually going to run a pretty similar team comp to what they just did. Alipay is going to be switching off of the Mercy and onto a Moira. And as a Moira main, I guess that's a pretty good pick. And yeah, it makes sense against the enemy team's team comp. You want more healing output than they can put out, so let's go ahead and try it.
We will see.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Yep, there you go. I actually like spam.
What?
I like spam.
Spam?
Yeah, you know that's spam's.
Don't knock it till you. Is that their?
That's their
really.
Their saying or whatever.
You know what I like doing whenever I get spam ads on my phone? I report it as spam.
They posted that on Twitter. They're like, stop reporting our Twitter account as spam.
And then you report that tweet as spam because it's spam. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into this. We see Quentin Hamilton on Zarya, and as a Zarya main, it is a pretty good character to play right now. He is already at 80 charge, so this is going pretty well already for Quentin. Alipay's already actually halfway to her ult, and you know, as a Moira main, you can build ult pretty quickly as Moira. So, I think Tigris Deos could honestly end up just brute forting this if they wanted to. As I say that, though, 2 members of Tigris Deos end up going down.
There's a lot of action going on there.
Nade actually comes out from Tigris Deos. If they're able to get the Lucio, it's going to be entirely worth it, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to. Bubbles ends up going down there to a Fire Strike, and that's going to be a pretty big stagger. Another giant nade coming out from Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus is really hitting these nades. Let's keep it up with the action. We actually end up switching off to a Symmetra of our own. All right. Oh, that's hack. I thought the Reinhardt was discorded for a second. That would have that was very confusing. Ooh, charge ends up coming out, and as a Reinhardt main, charge can be a very useful tool that can completely change a team fight.
Does look like we got a few eliminations there from the other team.
Cheese is over here just trying to get some poke damage. He already does have his ultimate, so I'd go ahead and just pull back around this corner, heal your team whatever you can. And I mean, as an Ana main, it makes a lot of sense to just try to hold off in that background. And you don't have to be frontline the entire time. Hitting those nades does count a lot, but sometimes it's best to just hold it. Wall ends up coming out, but they're able to break it down pretty quickly. Alipie gets 2 eliminations with her ultimate, and as a Moira main, it does matter a lot whenever you can get those eliminations with your Coalescence, because you're doing healing and damage at the same time, which makes it really powerful.
And here we go.
Tigris Deos, I do think, is actually going to be able to get this entire point with that fight. But this is going to leave them with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to attack. So if they want more time, they're going to have to do this next round in a minute.
Right, yeah.
Less than a minute, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look over at Ankle, who's playing Reaper. And as a Reaper main right now, Reaper is really powerful. He actually did just get recently a buff to his shotguns that allow them to shoot farther and put more damage in at a farther range instead of always being up close. So he can work really well right now, especially against their comp. Charge ends up coming out from the enemy team, and as a Reinhardt main, you really have to try to get those to connect. Ender Dragon actually ends up finding a pick early on their Reinhardt, so they just need to either find more picks or drop. Jesus ends up going down. Zarya is down on point, but Reaper ends up finding her. Wall ends up coming out from Tigris Deos here, and this is looking a little bit better as Ankle ends up going down. Big shatter coming out from CIS, and this does look like one team fight for them. Tigris Deos only using two ultimates there. No, just one. One ultimate. What they really need to do right now, though, is they need to get that Reaper ult and the Grav on. Grab together, combine them, and that's going to be a massive combination.
Yeah, it really would.
And I mean, as like a Zarya main and everything, you really have to get those bubbles timed and everything. Massive nade, actually, as Reaper TP's up top, drops down on almost instantly, getting knocked to very low health. Fitzy ends up finding one elimination with his charge. Bioshock actually finds one with his charge as well. And this is looking good for Tigris Deos. Shatter ends up coming out. Gets 2, and does look good for Tigris Deos now. Both supports are down, though. So if there's any major recontest, Tigris Deos is not going to be able to handle that.
Although, really close.
They really just got to be careful. Charge ends up coming out. We end up nanoing our Reaper. And after this beat is done, I'd say it's going to end time to pop.
Oh, hey.
Use it right now.
Not bad.
Tigris Deos is able to get point B on Hanamura.
With 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left, and that is going to take about 30 seconds off of CIS's time due to how game mechanics work.
Wow.
Excitement from the room.
It really is. So,
I do believe Tigris Deos is actually going to be defending.
We'll see. Yeah.
I believe team with lower amount of time. Wait, they attack? Man, I can't believe I can't tell this off the top of my head. We're just going to guesstimate. They are attacking first. All right, let's go into the other spawn. Zooming again, part 2. Tigris Deos going for the majority of the same comp. Bubbles actually does switch onto a McCree instead this time around. And, I mean, as a McCree main right now, you really got to hit those flashes and everything, stun those people out of ultimates, and you got to connect those, fan the hammers.
Yep. So, yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and head into this, as someone is definitely not trying to talk to me off of the stream. Tigris Deos doesn't look like they're going to be going for any sim strategies, while CIS is going to mainly stay with the same kind of comp. Flash isn't able to connect with anything, sadly, other than a shield. She's shield actually ends up getting both shields are actually
Oh.
down for both team, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The interesting thing though coming out from CIS is the Mei, but the walls are so good that if you can just get those walls off, it doesn't matter because if you split one person off, I mean, as a Mei main, if you can get those walls off and everything and split off people from the team, you can get those easy eliminations because they can't get healed from the rest of their healers.
Yeah.
And I mean, as a Moira main, that's really annoying because you can't get to your tanks to heal them.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go into this next team fight here. They're just trying to brute force this, and the Mei wall ends up coming out, though. Ender Dragon ends up getting charred, and this was looking a little bit rougher for Tigris Deos, as it looks like they're going to try to just hold and do poke here. Reaper ends up going down. Flash ends up stopping the Reinhardt from charging there, it looks like.
Yeah.
And he does end up getting Deadeye. Wall ends up coming out again.
But went down pretty fast.
It did go down. I think the Mei knocked it down because it didn't get anything. So as a Mei main, you can bring your walls down, and that will reset the cooldown. So you can do it quicker.
Makes sense.
Noon does end up coming out. Sadly, not able to get anything. And he is trying to get this Mei, who is stuck behind our backline. He is getting Mei walled into a corner.
Not bad.
And he comes out to absolute chaos. We end up getting one elimination, but they end up getting grabbed, so I don't know if they're going to have enough time to go touch points.
Lots of action going on right in this doorway.
A lot. But Tigris Deos doesn't make the push for points, and they're not able to touch.
So, yeah.
Tigris Deos' best choice now is a draw on this map, and they're going to have to hold CIS for a full 3 minutes and 4 seconds.
That's going to be a little difficult.
But everything said than done.
Right.
It is definitely possible. Varsity has held people for 7 minutes before on points, but it's
not easy. I mean, especially, they were really keeping us out of there with that doorway when we were attacking that whole round. But yeah, it was definitely difficult for sure.
One good thing though, BlizzCon happened recently. Online BlizzCon.
Okay.
Overwatch 2 news.
Yeah.
There's no 2 CP in Overwatch 2.
Okay.
Well, these 2 CP maps aren't going to be in Overwatch 2.
Okay. Interesting.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's an Overwatch player's dream. And I mean, as an Overwatch player.
Yeah.
These maps are very annoying to get in comp.
Yeah. Right.
Tigris Deos, trying to figure out what they're planning on doing here. They should already be prepared for the fact that they're going to teleport on point, but I think they're going to go with the same defense they did last time.
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay. Okay. Man, we need a soundboard, man. That's what we need.
Just of Mason saying, I like...
Oh, yeah, of Mason Hodson's interview. Oh, yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you have not seen the Varsity stream tonight, go watch it for the Mason Hodson Player of the Match interview.
The last like 3 minutes, but if you don't want to watch that, look at the clip. Very good. Anyway.
But Tigris Deos, though, is able to actually find an early pickoff on their Zarya. They did end up doing a weird TP up top. Ankle actually ends up getting frozen and knocked out by their Lucio. Oh, good charge coming out from Ender Dragon.
Not bad. Yeah.
And they're actually probably going to end up getting some staggers here.
Trying to get this.
Oh, he actually ends up getting the health back away from that Symmetra.
Nice.
That's a massive stagger. That's going to take another 10, 15 seconds for that Symmetra to now get back and fight again. So it's a 5v6 right now for Tigris Deos. And I mean, as a Symmetra main, getting staggered alive is not good because Symmetra with all of her turrets and TPs and everything, that's especially what CIS is doing, is they're trying to set up these teleports to where they can just flank the entire team around Tigris Deos. And it can be deadly sometimes if you're not expecting it, but I don't feel like they're trying to do these teleports anymore.
Yeah.
Ankle actually ends up going down, but Tigris Deos is holding them at bay now.
Yeah, they really are.
A minute 30 left.
Yeah. They're not doing a bad job.
They're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
They're being very aggressive where they need to.
Yes.
Shatter ends up coming out. It gets blocked by Ender Dragon there, actually. But he ends up getting blocked off there by the enemy team.
It does look like they did get on point a little bit.
They are on point.
And
We end up using
Noon.
Deadeye here, actually. He ends up
Oh.
using the Lucio, which is good. Shatter ends up cutting out, actually. So this is still winnable for Tigers.
For sure.
They win the team fight.
Wow. They really pulled through on that one.
They do have to be quick, though, because the next team can get there quickly. We are going to have our Moira ult. We're going to have our Grav. We're going to have Reaper ult, but they have to be quick.
Yeah.
Because it's only Reinhardt on point right
It's
now.
only Reinhardt, and we've only got 40 seconds left, so they're going to be coming through here pretty soon.
It does look like we will end up having an even team fight. I think they're just going to try to
man.
push out on us. I don't think they're going to TP. They are going left, actually. They end up TPing. Charge ends up coming out. It doesn't get anything, but it is able to disrupt them and make them use Lucio beat. Grab ends up coming out. It's massive. He just needs to swing into that. Try to get whatever you can. He is going to be able to get his own shatter off of this as well if he lives.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
Man.
This is looking bad for Tigers.
It really
They
is.
end up getting a team elimination, and they're able to get the last tick they need
Yep.
on point A,
Yep.
getting a win on map 2.
Very, very close for both teams there.
Very close. And BioShock actually gets the play of the
Not
game.
bad.
I'm guessing it's his 4K.
I think it is. Yep.
A massive turnaround shatter. Ends up getting 2 eliminations with a charge and ends up going after this Mercy who ends up falling on low ground. Missing the fire strike, but ends up getting her in the end.
Yeah, not bad.
Very good for Tiger State.
That was a very good one. So now, CIS does have two.
We're on the newsroom.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
my forehead's getting green screened.
So is
Man,
your
I
arm.
should have wore a hat. Oh,
So CIS does have 2 points. We are going on to map 3
I'm like a
as
magician.
Miles is messing with the green screen.
Let's go. And I mean, as a green screen main,
As a streamer,
as a streamer, it's a very difficult job, as you can tell.
yeah.
But yeah, Tigers Deos will end up going on to the next map, which will be a hybrid map type. And off the top of my head, Keen's Row.
Okay. Yep.
I think we'll end up going Keen's Row.
Yep.
Keen's Row,
most likely.
fan favorite. Or a Miles favorite. I don't know what you want to call it.
As a Kings Row fan,
As a Keen's Row main.
very good. Well, we will take a little bit of a break while they're getting things situated. So we'll be right back, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh, here we are.
I'm glad we came back to go. Oh. Oh.
Kings Row.
Kings Row.
Kings Row.
Kings Row. So, I mean, as an Overwatch player, I love Kings Row. I'm going to be honest. You're not an Overwatch player if you don't like Kings Row.
As an Overwatch player, Kings
Are
Row.
you saying I'm not an Overwatch player? I mean, I got how many? I got a lot of time in the game.
Shouldn't be able to do that on stream.
Huh?
Flaunt your
My clout.
Anywho, 30 seconds left. Got a.
Yeah, they don't got a lot of time to attack. Oh, let's get ready. Oh, that's gonna mess up with my OCD.
What?
We got support, tank, DPS, support, DPS, tank.
Oh, it's not lined up.
It's not. It'll buff. But we do actually have Quinton coming back, and we have Ashley. We have Bubble. We have Ashley end up coming back in, and we have Marine switching over onto support. And Ankle ended up coming out off of DPS. So yeah, we did have a couple subs coming back in, and we're gonna see how we can do on this round against Columbia Independent High School. It was a really close round on Hanamura. I did think they would end up getting a draw, but sadly they were not able to. Maywall actually ends up coming out early, not able to find anything though. And Tigris Deos is just trying to be able to find something here, just trying to hold this choke. Torb actually does end up coming out from Columbia, so that's going to be interesting to see how Tigris Deos responds to that. Let's go on ahead and switch over to Ashley.
On Echo.
On Echo, yeah. And I mean, as an Echo main, you got to really build her ults really quickly because her ultimate is one of the most powerful ultimates in the game.
Yeah.
Because you can duplicate any other character.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Once you do that, you get the other character's ultimate, which is super powerful.
Yeah.
She ends up getting knocked down to a Widow, though, which is not good. She actually ends up getting res, so good play for Marine there to get that res, making this an even team fight again. Bubbles is pumping out a lot of damage. Charge does connect onto Alipie there, and Ashley does go back down to the Widowmaker. Reaper does overextend just a little bit. They should be able to get that Zarya, though. She's just sitting in our team. Shatter ends up coming out. Quinton Hamilton with the massive block.
Oh, yeah.
Bubbles actually does have his ultimate, so I'll be interested to see if he does anything. Bioshock is actually able to get a really good play there. But Tigris Deos is actually still falling here.
Seems
which
like
is a little bit rough. I'm
Yeah.
wondering how we were taking so much deaths there.
Yeah. Ooh, where did that come from?
Do what now?
Oh.
Oh, the
never
Widow
mind.
found
Yeah,
our...
I saw that.
Tigris Deos looks like they're going to end up giving this up. Let's go ahead and take a look over at Quinton Hamilton, who is on Sigma. And I mean, as a Sigma main, Sigma's kit is really powerful because you have a lot of what other tanks have, just in a less, not as crazy.
Right, yeah.
So you have a really powerful kit, but just not a lot of it. So you have to play him really smartly, which can make him really powerful or really bad at the same time. But he does have his ultimate, which is Graphitic Flux, which will pick everyone up, make them half health, and then drop them down to the ground and do even more damage. It's crazy. It's powerful.
Not bad.
I do want to head and actually use it here while they're all grouped up together. Maybe get a 6-man Sigma ult, which would be really good. Doesn't look like we're going to, though. I think we're just trying to dry push this, maybe? We actually end up using Echo ult, duplicating Reinhardt, and then we go on ahead and use Sigma ult, which was a little bit interesting. Shatter ends up coming out from the enemy team. This does end up knocking our Echo out of ult and knocking down our Reinhardt as Quinton Hamilton ends up going down as well into that team fight. Tigris Deos end up using 2 ultimates in that fight, and I don't think they're going to be able to win it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I am a little bit confused where Bubble's going. We can go in and look at his little adventure, I guess. I think he's actually going to try to use his ultimate behind them, which will be really good if he can get it off.
Oop.
He is spotted, however, but he's going to have to make some moves now as people on his team are going down. All right, we're going to TP into the action actually real quick. We're going to take a look over at Alipie, who is on Moira, has her Coalescence is ready to use it. I'd go ahead and use it. Your tank needs it. They're not able to touch, though. Grav ends up coming out from CIS as well. So yeah, this is looking very rough for Tigris Deos
Ooh,
now.
Bubbles is down.
Bubbles is down. I don't know where he was that fight.
Yeah.
He was just behind their backlines the entire time. I thought he was going to just TP right onto cart and use his ultimate.
Your support has arrived.
But
I'm thinking him getting caught there might have.
that might have
ruined
set him
it,
off.
yeah.
But Marine actually ends up getting bubbled and
Ooh.
goes down. We try to res him, not able to find it though.
Yeah.
Reaper ends up coming out, ends up finding 2, which is really good. He ends up finding actually a 3rd one after his ultimate as well. I'd go ahead and just use that Echo ult there just to try to keep your team alive because most of them are down. Bioshock actually switches off to a ball, which I don't normally see from him.
Yeah.
And I mean, as a Wrecking Ball main, Wrecking Ball used to be meta for a little bit there for a couple months.
Well done.
And now he is like really, he's been nerfed quite a bit. He's like the new Brigida now. But yeah, his kit's really powerful, really fast, and can pump out a lot of damage. And his ultimate's really good for just making a big area open. And it does actually look like Tigris Deos is running a sort of dive now, which is I've never seen Tigris Deos JV run a dive. So I'll be interested to see how well we run this. It's actually going to take a look over at this ball from Bioshock. This is like the super of Tigris Deos. He's a Reinhardt main, and then he switches to ball, and then just amazes us all.
Yeah.
As Ashley actually ends up finding 2 of her, she actually switched off to a Pharah, ends up finding 1. Shatter actually doesn't look like it connected onto anything, as we're just pumping in more damage. Good shot
Not
calling
bad.
is
Yeah.
also coming out from Tigris Deos. It's the only used 2 ultimates there. So, pretty good win for Tigris Deos. Let's actually take a look over at Ashley. I've never actually seen her play Pharah all that much. So this is interesting to see coming from her. Ryan is overextended a little bit, so we could maybe find an early pick off of him. Ooh, Quentin actually gets demech'd early on there, so that's going to be a little bit rougher for Tigris Deos, but this is still winnable. Ali Pie ends up finding 1. We end up using Reaper ult, which finds 2 more, and yeah. This is looking really good for Tigris Deos.
It really is.
But one thing you got to notice is that CIS is just saving all of their ultimates. They have 4 online, and they're about to have another one, and then another one shortly after. But yeah, they end up they do have a McCree, which does counter our Pharah. And I mean, as a Pharah main, hit scan sucks whenever you're trying to run a Pharah. But if you play it correctly and you know how to control her flying, you'll be able to counter any McCree anyone's ever seen. We end up using Diva Bomb. It does actually end up finding the Zarya, which is a really good pickoff on this. Shatter ends up coming out. I don't know if it connected with much. Wall actually does hurt them in the long run. We end up using Mines. It does find 1. And it does look like a sort of even team fight if we're able to come back from this. As Alec Pie ends up actually finding another BLM.
There we go.
She ends up popping Ko in a defensive measure, but she ends
no.
up getting solo ulted by the McCree out of it from Deadeye. I'd actually say that's worth it because it's going to take longer for that McCree to get his ultimate back than it is to get that Coalescence.
Ooh.
Take a look over at Quentin, who is on Diva, and as someone who just recently got their 4K Diva Bomb, and as a Diva main, this is a really good character who can pump out a lot of damage, and is kind of underused in my opinion. He is trying to get this Mei, though. With only 18 seconds left, though, from CIS, this is winnable for well, this isn't. This is stoppable for Tigris Deos on round 1, King's Row. Ashley ends up going down, though, but Bubbles ends up finding an elimination there. We do see a ball coming out, but I don't know how great it's going to be. Mercy ends up getting knocked out of res by Quentin Hamilton. Great play coming out from his Diva. He ends up getting Diva Bomb again. He's going to go ahead and launch it in. That was interesting. It does end up finding 1.
Not bad.
As Ashley ends up finding another. Now they just got to keep that Ryan from touching, and they're able to
go.
stop the advance on round 1 from CIS.
What? All right. Here we go.
What is up?
Not much.
Huh?
Here we're just waiting to assemble our heroes.
We do. We really do
We
be
really
doing
do
that.
be doing that.
Oh, we got to go to the attacking
Yep.
spawn. We got a ways to
Watch
go.
the hanging chains.
Only built to
built.
serve.
Oh.
Oh.
Ready for battle.
Scenic route, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Tigris Deos is going to run actually a pretty similar team comp, except not going to run the dive they were just trying to. I think it was actually working pretty well for them, but I guess they're going to try this. We do actually keep the Pharah, though, which I think is actually a pretty good choice. They couldn't do anything with it, especially with them switching off onto something different. That's
Yeah.
going to work really well.
That hammer doesn't look so heavy.
Here we go with 15 seconds left.
Engaged. Damage amplified.
Lots of energy within the room right now, which is a good thing.
See what I can do.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Powered up.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
And here we go.
All right, so let's go into this. And we actually do see a switch off from Quentin Hamilton, not onto the Reinhardt, but onto a Winston. And I mean, as a Winston main, jumping in there and getting those eliminations really early on, especially in their backline, can be really beneficial to the rest of the team.
For sure.
And they don't really have anything that can counter it, especially with them running a Symmetra. Winston counters that Symmetra, so that's really good.
Yeah.
We
And
do get the res off on Alipie,
Not bad.
but Quentin Hamilton does go down during
Ooh,
that.
lots of people.
A lot of stuff
yeah.
going on. A lot
Yep.
of eliminations. I think Marine will end up going down here, most likely. Yes, he
And-
will.
Yep.
Bubbles
Unfortunately.
does end up actually getting out alive. I think he's the only person who did.
Yeah.
Got to get that cute spray off. All right. Tigris Deos has about half of their ultimates halfway there.
Okay.
A couple of them are staggering a little bit behind, but those can get recovered.
For sure.
We do actually see a pharmacy coming out from CIS as well. So if they're able to get that out of the sky, I don't see any problem for Tigris Deos. Because they don't have any hits. Alipie ends up going down to the Roadhog, so that is going to be a little bit rough for Tigris Deos early on. Cutting that healing output in half. Charge ends up coming out, does connect, but I don't think he's... Oh, he does actually find Bioshock. We do have Reaper ult online, however, and with only one real stun from CIS, that's going to be a very lethal ultimate.
Yeah.
Farrah Barrage ends up coming out and ends up finding 3 on Tigris Deos, so this is going to
Wow.
be even rougher
Right.
going into this next fight now. Ashley actually ends up going down almost to the Farrah there.
Mm-hmm.
She actually has her ultimate as well. We also have Mercy ultimate. We're about to have we have almost all of our ultimates online.
Yeah.
So if we honestly have to, we go into it and we hit Q.
Right.
Normally, you can win team fights that way.
Got less than 2 minutes left.
Full Hog ends up coming out, but Ashley finds it. Reaper ult comes out. It finds 3. Lucio beat was a second late from CIS, and this is going to be a winnable team fight for Tigris Deos now. Farrah ult ends up coming out, trying to get the Lucio a little bit high there, but it doesn't matter. We get the point, it looks like. And yeah, this is good for Tigris Deos.
Not bad, yeah. And here we go.
We're about 70, 80. I don't think... Oh!
Uh-oh.
He actually ends up coming back in. They're able to re-increase
Wow.
this.
Holy
I don't
smoke.
think Tigris Deos was expecting
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Bioshock ends up going down. Quentin Hamilton gets 1 pick before he goes down. Rez actually does end up coming out on Bioshock, but this is looking a little rough.
That was definitely unexpected, I think.
They did get back there a lot quicker than
They
what
really
I was
did.
expecting. And Tigris Deos probably best choice now is to back out, regroup, and try to attack again.
Yeah.
Because they did use most of their ults in that last fight. Hog does miss his hook on our Farrah. Farrah is going in though, so
but does get eliminated.
she does get staggered. So this is going to make this a 5v6 situation for Tigris Deos. Let's go ahead and take a look.
They were
over.
really close.
Shatter ends up coming out. It does connect to a couple of them. They need to push into this. Shatter does come back out. It does find a couple. We end up using Reaper ult, not able to find anything as Barrage comes out and finds her Reaper.
Unfortunate. Oh.
Whole Hog coming out as well, and a lot of ultimates are being used. Tigris Deos is switching off back to onto the dive. Bubble switches onto a McCree. We actually switch off the Farrah, which was interesting. I think we were going to keep that out of everything. But Bioshock actually ends up going down. I guess he went in there without his team.
Oh. Oop, oop.
Oh, that wall came in
Yeah.
there, saving that Reinhardt's life, actually. And yeah, Tigris Deos doesn't look like we're going to be recovering from this, as Fuyuhemi is able to touch the point as Diva. Breaking Ball ends up coming back in, but it's not probably going to be very long,
Yep.
especially with those Symmetra turrets in there. And this does look like it will be the end of tonight for
Yep.
Tigris Deos, taking
Unfortunately.
a 0-3 loss to the Columbia Independent School.
Play of the game.
Bubbles does
Bubbles
look like he
does,
actually does get
yeah.
play of the game. Oh, gets frozen, and then goes in and says, howdy. Oh, he's not, that's Reaper, not McCree. He doesn't say howdy. I should have known that. Like, as a Reaper main, I should have
Right.
known he
You
doesn't say
should've-
howdy.
You should have known that. Man.
Oh,
Gets
gonna get
10.
12?
Oh, 11
11?
up, dudes. Oh, no, somebody
No.
else got the other up. Yep.
He doesn't get the 12, but he
Almost a
gets the
full
11.
12. As we're here at the newsroom.
Oh, we're in the newsroom.
Yep, sorry. Keep forgetting to tell you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was very close.
Very close.
You know, that took a while. That was a very long match, about an hour of a
It
match.
was long. Oh, my gosh.
So definitely both teams pushed really hard on this one, which was good.
Very, very close match from Tigris Deos and Columbia Independent High School.
Yeah.
Good match to you. I really don't have a lot to say, except for the fact that Dive was very interesting coming out from the JV, because I've never seen that before.
Right.
And it looked like it went pretty well for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
I am sad to see that they switched off of it and went with a different style comp.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it with the player of the match
Yeah.
coming up in a few minutes.
So stay here. We'll be right back.
Stay here. All right, welcome to the player of the nat. Whoa. That's not how that's supposed to look. So while Avery's fixing that, maybe you have to unlock it. No, still nope. Okay, all right. So, player of the match tonight, JV, is brought to you by Heritage Realty. Not whatever is next to me. We will be fixing that. There we go. Hey, there we go. So tonight's match, player of the match for the JV team, brought to you by Heritage Realty, is Alex.
Hi, hello.
You are the captain of the
Yes.
JV team, and
Yes,
you're
I-
also the main support for the team as well. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. I think you know how this goes because you just did the interview
I did.
for the varsity. So what were your favorite moments of the match?
Well, I mean, one of my favorite moments was definitely when me and Peyton or Ender Dragon had comboed our ults where we had gotten a Grav Co, and that the co kill the co picks and all that are definitely some of my favorites. They
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
make me feel better since I don't really get to do much of the attacking as a support player. Um, and just when BioShock had gotten that quad, that was actually really cool.
Oh, yeah.
That was because I was
Massive.
that was wonderful.
What hero do you think you played best tonight, then?
Uh Definitely Moira. I
Yeah.
probably played Moira better because usually with Mercy I can get most of my reses off, but today I guess just wasn't the day.
Wasn't one of those nights?
Wasn't one of those nights apparently.
I guess, sometimes it just isn't. So why do you play esports? Do all this?
Well, I definitely really enjoy getting to play video games with my friends and being able to be leader for things like this, especially things that I enjoy and that I'm good at, is
Mhm.
definitely a big reward and just getting to push my team and getting to just hang out with them and watch them win. That's
Well, that's great, honestly. I mean, esports is something that absolutely anyone can do and pick up, and it's good. Yeah, that was a good way to put it, huh? It's good. Um, I guess you have to be here to see it. Sometimes the atmosphere in the room can be something else. It can be
Ooh.
really tense, or it can be really fun.
Mhm.
It depends on the match and how it goes. But how's this year been so far? You've only played 2 games though, so
This has definitely been a roller coaster season. We've had ups and downs, and it hasn't even been that long. But I'm sure there will be a lot of positive moments.
all right, we still have a lot of weeks left until we
Oh,
even
yeah.
get to the finals.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, there's always something to look forward to, especially next week, whenever you can catch the varsity and JV game again on Thursday. If we have school, we never know. It could snow again for 5 years.
I mean, yeah.
Um, but other than that, I think this will be the end of tonight's stream. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check out our Twitter and follow our Twitch, Tigris Deos. Thank you all for
Do
watching,
that.
and we will see you all next week.
Bye bye.